Welcome to episode 10 of D3 Football Player to D1 Athlete. Jumping into another video, we're doing a max velocity today. I was supposed to be running at Plainfield North Track so I could run inside and do full sprints, but didn't have my timer, so we're here at the gym like a normal day. I'm going to sprint outside in the freezing cold. It's like 20, 15 degrees outside or something like that, so just got to make do with what you got and run anyways. New program today, so I'll go over kind of what the workout's going to look like. It'll be all our normal stuff of hip mobility, ankle isos, spine mobility, and some hamstring potentiation or posterior chain potentiation. We'll do that like normal. Then my plow for this program on a max velocity is going to be medium hurdles, then single leg pogos, dribble as our sprint specific plyometric kind of idea. Then we're going to do a 50-yard fly or a 40 into a 10, I should say. Heavy snatch. So we're going we went 2, 3, 4 last month. That was our accumulation phase. Now we're going to go 3, 2, 1 and go heavier and heavier and heavier. Then we're going to do a front squat with a chain. That's speed strength. So it's going to be like 55 to 60% of our max. I think I am going to go deep squat just because this is like the only phase I'm going to be deep squatting in. So I just want to keep that consistent. Then we're going to do a drop jump where we're basically rebounding off the ground very quick and finish off with some hamstring strength with an assisted Nordic. And that'll be it for today. Quick, fast, explosive workout, max velocity day, new program. Excited. Let's get into the workout. Hip mobility like normal today. I was doing the hurdle stuff the other day. Just doing the normal today. Hips don't feel bad, which is a good sign for max velocity day. Kind of when we want to be functioning our highest. The idea of this max velocity day on a Sunday is when I am the absolute freshest, other than a Monday. But Monday we have a 7 a.m. lift, which isn't necessarily taxing on my body, but it's already taxing on my nervous system for the day. And the earliest time I could work out would be at like 7, which would not be a good time to sprint. That's why we do it today. But, most important thing is just to get it in, but try to do it when you're most fresh if you're going to sprint. That's the idea with our max velocity day on Sunday. So for like most people, you put it on a Monday because you're the most fresh. But I mean, I don't run my training. And our college strength conditioning program is actually pretty good. But I still just put it today to be fresh for my max velocity day and have no other stressors that day or really the past 2 days. But really the past 2 days I haven't had any real stress, so feel good today. Hamstring activation, just simple glute bridge. Nothing different about that. But then after this, we'll hop into our plows and stuff and get going into the workout. But yeah, feeling fresh. Did our change of direction workout on Friday, but that was pretty light. It was like 40 minutes. It was really just like spring stuff. I did those landmine cleans. I did some jumps, but nothing for real. So, should we ready for today? Let's do it. So with high hurdle hops, we're focused on getting our knees up high and being reactive off the ground. We're coming so much higher off the ground that it's more intensity than like a low hurdle hop where we're more stiff-legged or even where we're just bringing our knees up. We're trying to get as high as possible. It's going to bring more force from the ground. That's why it's the intensification part of it. For our ankle and foot exercise, we're just going to use single leg pogos. Trying to be explosive, quick, reactive off the ground. We're going from 2 feet to 1 feet. Applies more to max velocity, right? we're going to try and slap that foot down as best we can. So we want to pick up our toe. We don't want to just leave it hanging, right? We want to pick up our toe and kind of slap the floor. That's our goal, is slapping the floor, hitting the ground hard, and then bouncing off reactive. They probably don't look the best, but I used to absolutely suck at those. So any improvement on that is a good improvement for me, that I can actually do it and do it, efficiently while getting off the ground quick. My ankles used to just kind of smack into the ground, and I'd lose all the elastic energy. I wouldn't be able to rebound up. The improvement is that is great to see. You'll also start to notice that as I go week to week, these plyos and stuff will get less and less volume. That's because they're still kind of GPP based. Our sprint specific plyo will get more volume, or we'll do more, some more volume. And our sprints outside, sorry, out of breath. Sprints outside will get more volume as well. We'll do like 3 of those instead, but just more stimulus to things that are more specific and higher intensity. And when we go down in those the other exercises, they might go up in sets or something, but they'll still go like the same reps, or maybe a little bit farther. Like, ways to do intensity is usually less reps, more sets is more quality reps. Trying to intensify stuff rather than trying to have more like endurance with it or capacity, which we worked in our accumulation phase. And so now we're like not getting that capacity. We are just trying to get maximal outputs, as many good reps as possible. We'll also just put more and more time into our contrast lifting, which is our front squat and jump today. So we'll just go more volume going to that, more volume go to sprinting. So for our dribbles, this is a sprint specific plyo. We're working on this upright max velocity kind of motion where we're sprinting up here. We're going to be slightly leaning forward, pushing underneath ourselves, maybe slightly in front. That's how it kind of works. But we're dribbling. And by dribbling, I mean cycling our feet through. So when we're sprinting and we bring our leg through, it's kind of like a cycle. Like, it doesn't just shoot straight down. We bring it through and we cycle it back down and almost pull ourselves through, right? So we're kind of working that dribble motion. So we're going to go ankle for the first 5 yards and just kind of cycle around our ankle and bounce off of it while pushing ourselves forward for some speed. Then we're going to go at our calf, right? So we're going to go there, and then we're going to finish it off hitting our knee. That's basically a max velocity position. You'll notice I actually get going a pretty good amount here. If I had to guess, it'd be probably like 15 miles per hour, maybe give or take a little bit there, but that would be my guess. So we do get moving a little bit on these, but it's just a lower intensity version to get some better technique for max velocity, which I need personally. So just finished our max velocity sprints. I am pretty thrilled with the results. Running on blacktop in the freezing cold. Second time first one I did a 40-yard build into a 10-yard fly. Didn't really like how it felt. Didn't think I needed that much of a build up. So I just went to 30 and do a 10. And I ran 111, which is 18.35 miles per hour, which is the lifetime PR for us. And you're going to say, that's slow, 18.35 miles per hour. Absolutely it is. I trained wrong as a kid. This is why I'm a speed coach now. I want to give people the right way of training now, rather than what I did when I was your age. And I thought, I'm just going to outwork everybody. I'm going to be the hardest worker in the gym. I'll be in the gym every day for 3 hours, lifting heavy weights and doing high reps, whatever. And it made me slower and slower and slower and less explosive over and over and over again. Now all of our times are going up. The last time I max velocity sprinted and was able to time it was August 13th, before my football season. And I ran 18.17, which was at the time was my best ever time. And it was so hard for me to even climb in miles per hour. So we just hit 18.35 miles per hour, which is great for us. First time max velocity sprinting in, what is that? It's August 13th, like 5 months-ish. Yeah, 5 months, something like that. So So a great result for us, exactly what we were looking for. It means our training is going good. This is why I say to prioritize speed. I just ran a PR, 18.35 miles per hour, right? So we're PRing in our top speed, we're PRing in our 10-yard dash, and I just deadlifted 455, repped it out for 3 on Thursday. So prioritize your speed in training, and everything will go up. Speed is the tide that lifts all boats. So without further ado, let's get into our actual workout, strength to power session. Start with the snatch. So jumping into our second to top set here. Jumping into our second to top set. I'm going for 140. 3 reps here is the goal. I don't know if I can even get 140. I've never snatched this before in my life, so this is why I'm recording this one in case it feels awful or if I don't even get it. Then we know what to go for next week. But 140 on the bar. Let's try and get a good snatch here. We got it. I'm going to go for 145. Those are pretty awful technique reps, but we're not doing it for technique. We're doing it for the hip speed of everything. So, yeah, I might just say 140, actually. Stick 140, improve our technique. The most important thing with this is the hip speed. So, doing mass amounts of weights and doing worse and worse reps isn't really getting us anywhere. If I can't pop the hips and pull, we're not getting out of it. So I'm gonna do one more set of 140 and try to make it look a little bit cleaner. 140 for 3, top set, trying to make it look clean. Once again, we're worried about hip speed, not necessarily how much weight is on the bar. So I was gonna go for 145 today. 140 didn't look good enough, so we're gonna try 140 again and try to make our technique look a little bit better, just so we're getting really popping our hips there. Better than our last rep. Still far from very, 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 very far from perfect, but I'll take it. 140 for 3, decent technique. Go for 145, maybe even 150 next week. So a key part of your training is to constantly be changing what is trying to cause your adaptation and what methods you're using, basically, I should say. So we got these chains on here. This is going to help us accelerate. You know, when you're just doing a normal lift, you actually decelerate the bar at the top because you know you're going to have to stop. But when there's a chain and it's adding resistance as you go up, you keep accelerating the bar, which is what we're looking for. And we're also going to do a 2-second pause at the bottom of our squat. So we're doing our it's a parallel front squat. My max is it's probably about 370, but I went with 350. I would like it to be like a little bit lighter, maybe do it a little bit better rather than, you know, maybe we're not getting the speeds we're actually supposed to be getting, right? So we got 160 on the bar, 15-pound chains on each side, so about 190 total. So a 2-second pause at the bottom and then fly that thing up there is our goal. Front squatting is a great movement. You know, I like to be good at it, but this is probably the only time in our training we're doing this, so we're just going to kind of, you know, use it to the best of our ability and use it for all that we can get, and then we'll probably move on to split squats and things like that after this. You also know that I accelerate down into my isometric, so where I'm like really forcing myself to catch that load, pause, and reverse it up. Now the second part of our contrast training is our drop jump. So we're just going off an 18-inch box. We're just trying to rebound off the ground is our goal here. So we're trying to get off the ground really quickly. We're doing 4 of these today. The reps for this will go down as we go forward. So there's a great contrast you can use in your max velocity training. In an intensification phase, I like to focus more on our main methods of Olympic lifts and the contrast in our sprinting. So we're doing 4 sets of this, and we only have 1 exercise after. So all the little other exercises I was doing slowly kind of get cut out after our accumulation phase as we go through this phase, and then we'll bring some more back in once we get to our next macro cycle where we'll get back to accumulation phase. Sweet, we'll do 4 sets of this, and then I'm doing some assisted Nordics, and we're done. Hopping in for our Nordic curls, our last thing, we're doing assisted with this little band here. Pretty light one, I don't need a ton. The thing about this band that allows me to do, like I can do a pretty full Nordic if I have a bend in my hips, but what we want to do is stay fully extended and work our hamstrings at that lengthened position with a fully extended hips. That's where we are in max velocity and things like that, so it's going to apply better. That's a little tougher on our hamstrings. So we're doing 6 of these, fully extended, no bend in the hips is the goal. A little bit of hip bend there, one more. Those are so hard, but incredibly good for your hamstrings. If you don't have stronger hamstrings, you're not going to be able to run fast. Strengthen your hamstrings in a variety of different ways, not just RDLs and concentric efforts, but do eccentric efforts, things like this with the really assisted Nordics, the razor curls, bent hips, regular Nordics, a reverse hyper if you have one, things like that, right? Make sure you're working in a variety of different ways with your hamstrings. But anyways, that's the end of our video. Max velocity day in the books with our intensification program. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next workout.